how to enjoy your single season. I'm just going to, I don't have notes again, so I don't really know how I'm going to word this, but I'm just going to speak from my heart and hopefully the right words come out. But I do want to encourage women who are single, who want to be married one day and don't know who their husband is, but want to enjoy their single season before they meet their husband. If they haven't already, you never know. You might have already met your husband, you just don't know it's him. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Either way, while you are single, you're not in a relationship and you're not seeking a relationship either, but you do want to be in a relationship. Okay, no, I mean, let's not let me not get into too much detail because I feel many people can benefit from these tips. For example, as a single woman and you're showering and you're not really present because you're thinking about, are you going to meet your husband when you leave the house, and is your husband at church? I definitely believe that my husband is at the church I'm going to, but I could also be wrong. That's just what I want. And I don't know who he is. I'm not looking. It's not like I think someone, a specific man at that church is my husband, but I want my husband to be at that church. I'm hoping he's already there or he's still gonna come. Either way, I could be wrong about that. Some women do know exactly where they're going to meet their husband. They've really truly they've heard from the Lord in that area, and it works out, and that's great. But we shouldn't worry necessarily about the location where we are going to meet our husband. What we should be focusing on is our hygiene, our health, our brain, our relationship with God, and becoming the kind of woman that you would want a husband to have, and not so much focusing on, I'm talking to a man right now, maybe he's my husband. Or somebody looks at you for about 5 seconds and you're thinking, oh, God must be speaking to him right now. Maybe God's telling him that this man, this woman that you're looking at right now for 5 seconds, she's your wife. It's her. We don't need to be worrying about all of that. It's so much stress, and usually we're wrong. Some women, they have heard, okay, this is for sure your husband. But I'm not speaking on that. I'm speaking in general terms where you should just enjoy your single season before you get married. And I've heard this from somebody who said that you're going, in most cases, you're going to be married longer than you're going to be single. So you're going to be, in most cases, usually, you're going to be married longer than you're going to be single. You're going to be married for the rest of your life. Keyword, again, I say usually. Okay, in most cases, the general way, usually how it is, you're going to be married for the rest of your life, and you're only going to be single for a season. So what you want to do in that season is enjoy it. Don't worry. Just enjoy it. Just literally chill out. So what can you do while you're single? You don't need to be putting, as a woman, you don't need to be putting on your hunting goggles and being like, okay, today I'm gonna go look for a husband. You don't need to do that. You can still have the desire in you to have a husband, and if you truly believe that you're where you want to be in life, and you feel like if you were to get married tomorrow, are you happy with the women that you are right now? You can have that, you can keep that in mind, and that's fine. But oh, I'm not breathing properly. I'm just trying to talk and get all of this out. I also don't have notes, so I'm just speaking. But I can't breathe. Yeah. Oh yeah, what I was saying is, while you're in your single season, what you can do is, first of all, do not watch pornography. Don't sleep around. Don't do that. And don't be lusting after other men and getting in all the eye candy that you can while you're single. I mean, You can acknowledge that there are attractive men out there. I mean, what I mean by that is you don't need to pretend that you don't notice that someone is attractive, but you don't need to be looking at that person in a lustful way as if when you get married that's suddenly gonna just go away. But when you do get, let's say you were you looked at, with the help of God, you looked at men with pure eyes, and then you get married. That's still going to be a daily thing. When you are married, you're still going to have to daily renew yourself and make sure that you and pray for God's help in looking at men with pure eyes. And because the devil is doesn't like marriage, so he is going to try and make you, he's going to attack it in any way that he can. So every day it is a daily work when you get married. But let's start now as already praying, God, help me look at this person with pure eyes. Help me look at him the way you see him. And I'm talking about someone who is probably not even your husband. He's just a, a random guy. And just start now, even though you're going to be likely doing that for the rest of your life, even when you're married. If you went into the relationship strong, even though it could be a daily battle, listen, the devil could attack you, but at least you're not going in completely wrecked. In that marriage, you're going in and you know that you've been doing the work when you were in your single season to look at men with pure eyes and to be respectful of the opposite gender in a way where you're not having dirty thoughts about whoever you're looking at who is the opposite gender as you. So as a woman, you're looking at a man and you're not on Instagram following all these men who are like, you don't have a celebrity crush either, which I think that having a celebrity crush, that is so childish. It is really childish. What do you need to have a celebrity crush for? You don't need to have a celebrity crush. Cut that out. Stop watching pornography also. You don't need to be watching pornography. And it's not going to magically just stop when you meet your husband. Don't get all of that in right now, so that it's a complete waste of time. It's not helping you at all watching pornography, and it's making things worse. And that is what's helping you have. It's helping you have. It's helping you struggle with impurity in your mind, impure thoughts. When you look at other people, even though you look at that person and you don't want to see them that way or have lustful, dirty thoughts, if you're watching pornography, it's going to fuel that thinking, and it's I can't, my is it still in focus? It's going to fuel that thinking, that dirty thinking. So cut that out immediately. I made a video about how to resist the temptation to watch porn, and I'm definitely going to keep talking about pornography in my videos. So that's not the only video, but there is help out there if you are struggling with pornography. But one of the things I can say is, if you watch pornography, stop being lazy and do the work and stop watching it. Anyway, what else can I say to enjoy your single season is work on your talents. If you enjoy singing, don't wait to start living when you are married. Live now. You're already alive. You were already born. So live now. And then keep living when you get married. Live even more. But live now. Your life has already begun. And you don't actually, maybe, okay. Some people had an idea of when they were going to get married. But generally, you don't really know exactly when you're going to get married. You don't know. So don't think, yeah, I'll just do all of that when I get married. I'll work on myself when I get married. Work on yourself now. You're already breathing. And I need to breathe more. I need to slow down a little bit because I'm running out of oxygen. I'm running. I'm. Yeah, live now. And in a worldly sense, people think that living now means going clubbing and getting high and getting wasted. No, that's not what it means, because that's really not living. That's bondage and that's entrapment. Live a healthy life. Exercise now. Don't wait to get married before you exercise, before you start exercising. Because also, you're not just gonna suddenly pick up when you're married and just pick up and start doing those things. It's highly unlikely that you're just going to pick up from there. So exercise, read your Bible, work on your relationship with God, seek God. He's always with you. And oh, another thing is that I used to think that if you're married, that's when that's that's your destiny. That's it. When you, that's it. When it turns out if you have Jesus in your life, you've already made it. You've won already. Okay, you've already won. Now, I don't believe that marriage is the one of the greatest gifts ever, one of the greatest things ever. So I do have a high regard for marriage, but it's being married isn't your salvation. Your salvation is in Jesus. So if you're that, and I think people are searching, it's almost like if you think you're going to get married, it's you're looking for another vice when oh, no wait, that's not really what I meant to say. What I meant to say is, well, how do I put this in a different way? As if marriage is going to fix you, or marriage is going to give you the peace that you're looking for when your peace is in Jesus. However, marriage is really, really great. I'm not trying to downplay marriage or anything. I think, wow, I'm super excited to get married someday at it. And I don't know when exactly that is going to be, and I don't know who, but it's really, truly, it is possible to have that peace that everyone is seeking, whether they admit it or not. It's really possible to have that peace before you marry. You can have a relationship with God now. And imagine you come together and you're already at peace by the time you get married. Not to say you're never gonna have trials in your marriage or difficulties, but it's you don't want to meet somebody, and let's say let's say you meet someone and maybe you don't know it yet, but let's say he's your husband, he's the man that you're going to marry, and God knows that this is your husband. Maybe he hasn't revealed it to you yet, or you haven't figured it out yet. And whether that man knows that, hey, I just met my wife, whether he knows that or not, imagine how cool it is to meet someone, that man, your husband, and you are already at peace. That is so great. So work on that. Do the work. Stop being lazy and stop thinking that marriage is gonna fix your laziness and fix all your problems. What else can I say? Yeah, go into your marriage as a whole person. I think I'm running out of things to say, and I think that's all. I might make another video about this, about enjoying a single season. And if you live near a beach and you like water, go to the beach and enjoy it and stop fantasizing about marriage and actually enjoy looking at the water, the waves, and the sky, and thanking God and enjoying His presence. Because constantly thinking, oh, when am I going to get married? Or is it him? Is it this guy? He looked at me for longer than 5 seconds. He, oh, he smiled. It's him. Is it him? Instead of doing that, it's not going to speed the process up for the right man. It might speed the process up in terms of you'll just settle because you're desperate, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to settle and you don't want to have that anxiousness, because then you almost make an idol out of him, out of your husband, before you've even met him. So yeah, chill out, go to the beach, go to the park, get a friend. You have a friend in Jesus if you don't have any friends right now, but you do need community. And learn a new recipe if you like to cook. work on your dreams, write that song, start that YouTube channel, make your website, write your blog, write your book, just live now, okay? Like I said, you're already alive, and your husband will come. And if you're older than 2 years old and you're an adult woman, your husband's already born. Because you don't want to marry someone who's 20 years younger than you, okay? Don't do that. I mean, okay, there are exceptions to the rule, but I won't get into that because I don't really have too much to say about that, and I don't really. But we can just assume that there's a very good chance in most cases that your husband's already alive and walking this earth, okay? And hopefully he's doing the work, but don't think too much about what he's doing right now. Focus on your self-love in a healthy way, of course. Okay, ciao.